Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to
I'm going to ask you to take it down. You're breaching the peace, and if you don't take it down, I'm going to have you arrested. I'm telling you, if you don't take it down, you're going to be under arrest. So
okay, for what charge? I'm sorry.
Breach of the peace.
Okay, well, Collin versus California.
I'm just going to tell you once. You can take it down now. If you don't take it down, you're going to be under arrest. Your choice.
For breach of peace?
You see these gentlemen right here? They're going to take you into jail. Take the sign down or go to jail. Okay, let's place him under arrest.
Alright, I'll tell Joe. We'll make sure to bring the attorney over. Another violation of free speech right in front of the police department. Just like we said.
Activist holds up sign saying police hate free speech, so they arrest him to prove him right. A free speech activist went to his local police department to point out that they dislike free speech, and they immediately proved his point by arresting him for it. By Matt Agarist, May 1, 2018. Stamford Court free speech and liberty activist, Michael Picard had harmed no one, had not committed a crime, and was merely expressing his right to free speech by claiming the Stamford PD dislikes free speech. Indeed, within just a few minutes, the chief of police himself came out to prove Picard right. Last Thursday, Picard held a sign that said, F***CK free speech Stamford PD, merely attempting to point out the gross violations of the First Amendment committed by the department after they arrested another activist, Michael Friend, for holding up a different sign warning drivers of a distracted driving checkpoint ahead. Friend was appearing before a judge last week after being charged with allegedly interfering in police duties by warning drivers of a checkpoint ahead. Because Friend was arrested for merely expressing his free speech by holding up a sign that said cops ahead to warn drivers, Picard went to the courthouse to voice his concern. Picard had on his GoPro camera which filmed the entire interaction. However, police confiscated it as evidence after his arrest. Luckily, Picard's friend, Daoud Talib, was also at the courthouse to film the interaction. After a few minutes in front of the courthouse, Picard was confronted by Police Chief John Fontenot, who warned the free speech activist to stop expressing himself, or go to jail. Picard, knowing he was well within his rights to hold the sign up in front of a courthouse, refused. In response to Picard's refusal to censor himself, Fontenot had him arrested and handcuffed. Picard was subsequently charged with breach of peace. I found the sign to be offensive in front of police headquarters as people are coming in and out, Fontenot said. I don't think our day-to-day residents should have to put up with something like that. That decision, however, is not up to Fontenot. Indeed, this precedent has already been established in the United States Supreme Court case, Cohen v. California. The court overturned a man's conviction for the crime of disturbing the peace for wearing a jacket in the courthouse that displayed the phrase, F***CK the draft. Picard could not comment specifically on the case, however, he did note that they have a checkpoint for everything nowadays, adding, they can't stop infringing on your rights. TFTP spoke with Picard's attorney, Joseph R. Saster, who explained how unjust this charge against his client is. Connecticut's breach of peace statute reads as follows. A person is guilty of breach of the peace in the second degree when, with intent to cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating a risk thereof, such person, 1. Engages in fighting or in violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior in a public place, or, 2. Assaults or strikes another, or, 3. Threatens to commit any crime against another person or such other person's property, or, 4. Publicly exhibits, distributes, posts up or advertises any offensive, indecent, or abusive matter concerning any person, or, 5. In a public place, uses abusive or obscene language or makes an obscene gesture, or, 6. Creates a public and hazardous or physically offensive condition by any act which such person is not licensed or privileged to do. For purposes of this section, public place means any area that is used or held out for use by the public, whether owned or operated by public or private interests. I think the first sentence says it all, Saster told TFTP. A person is acting like a mere fool when he sets out with intent to cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. Charging protesters with this statute section, or another like it, sends a message that the police don't think you have an opinion on anything. No, to them, a guy holding a sign is just an attention seeker, out to make a spectacle of himself. It is the equivalent of the abusive husband who tells his wife to stop acting so hysterical when she tries to get him to consider her feelings, or to treat her better. For those who follow TFTP closely, you've probably seen our reports on Picard before, which is why the police department may have it out for him. In 2015, Picard was also arrested for his free speech. This time, however, police confiscated his phone and then proceeded to record themselves trying to fabricate ways to charge this innocent man. To me, Michael Picard's case, and Michael Friend's for that matter, makes it clear that the Stamford Police Department needs new leadership. Saster noted. But what is even more distressing to me about this case is that the Stamford police seem to have reached out to a prosecutor in the courthouse to ask how to deal with a man holding a sign, and that the prosecutor suggested that he be arrested. Proving once again that freedom of speech really only means that you have the right to say, as loudly as you want, that you agree with the police state. If you'd like to peacefully voice your concern about the video below, you can do so at the Stamford Police Facebook page here.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.